Hi, this is Raman, your Alberta real estate tutor. In today's lesson, we'll take a look at how to change the class of real estate license. First of all, there are four classes of real estate licenses in Alberta. These are the brokerage, the broker, the associate broker, and the associate. Let's take a look at who is an associate. An associate is an individual who holds the entry-level class of real estate license. This is the initial license a person earns when entering the real estate profession. Associates must be registered with a brokerage to trade in real estate. The brokerage can have any number of associates registered with it. Now, who is an associate broker? An associate broker is an individual who holds the qualifications of a real estate broker, but they have chosen not to become a broker at this point. Instead, they are licensed as a real estate associate by RECA. This person is registered with a brokerage to trade in the real estate on their behalf. A real estate associate broker has the same role, responsibilities, and prohibitions as that of an associate. Let's take a look at the role of a broker. The broker is the leader of the brokerage. They are responsible for making sure that all the activities of the brokerage comply with the Real Estate Act, because ultimately anything that happens in the brokerage is the broker's responsibility. A brokerage can only have one licensed broker. The broker may be owner of the brokerage, or they may be someone who is managing the brokerage on behalf of the owner. So these were the different types of real estate licenses in Alberta. Now, how do we go about changing the class of license that we have? First, let's take a look at the associate. In order to become an associate, a person has to successfully complete the Real Estate Associates program, which means they have to pass the Fundamentals of Real Estate course as well as one specialty area of practice. So they can take the residential, commercial, rural, or the property management course. They have to score 70% or higher in both of these courses. Plus, they have to complete the REAP program within 18 months from the date that they enroll in the Fundamentals of Real Estate course. So how does one go from being an associate to becoming an associate broker? In order to become an associate broker, the associate must meet the following requirements. They have to successfully complete the REAP program. Now, in this case, they have to complete all the specialty areas of the real estate practice. That means they have to take residential, commercial, rural, and property management courses. They also need to successfully complete the real estate brokers program, and they have to score 70% or higher in all the exams. In addition to that, this person needs to have 2 years of experience in Alberta working as a real estate professional in the last 5 years. Now, how does one go from being an associate broker to a broker? Each brokerage can only have one broker, like we discussed earlier. When an associate broker wants to become a broker, they have several options. One is they can replace the broker at the brokerage where they are currently registered. So let's say the broker is retiring, then there's an opening for the role of a broker, and the associate broker can go into that role because they already have all the qualifications. Or the broker may be moving on to something else and there's an opening at the current brokerage. Or they can transfer to an existing brokerage to become a broker there. So let's say they hear of another brokerage where the broker may be retiring, or they may be moving on to something else, leaving an opening for the broker role. And this person can then move to that brokerage and register with that brokerage as a broker. Now, they can also open their own brokerage and become a broker there. This person has successfully completed all the qualifications of a broker, but may choose to become a broker at a later date. So let's recap. There are four different classes of real estate licenses in Alberta: the brokerage, the broker, the associate broker, and the associate. The broker is the leader of the brokerage. An associate holds the entry-level class of real estate license. For an associate to become licensed as an associate broker, he or she must meet the following requirements. They have to successfully complete the REAP and the REBP program, and they have to score 70% or higher in all the exams. Plus, they have to have 2 years of experience working as a real estate professional in Alberta in the previous 5 years. Now, when the associate broker wants to become a broker, they can replace the broker at their current brokerage. They can transfer to an existing brokerage to become a broker, or they can open a new brokerage and become the broker there. Or they have the option of just waiting to become a broker at a later date. Now let's take a look at some of the exam questions that we may see around this topic. The question is, how many associates and associate brokers can be registered with a brokerage? And the options are 1 associate and many associate brokers, many associates and 1 associate broker and many brokers, many associates and associate brokers, and D, many associates, associate brokers, and brokers. And the correct answer is C. The question asks how many associates and associate brokers can be registered with a brokerage. And as we just learned, there can be many associates and many associate brokers that can be registered with a brokerage, but only 1 broker. So the correct answer is C. The next question is, in order to become a broker, how many years of experience must you have as a licensed real estate professional in Alberta? And the options are: have 2 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the previous 5 years, or have 3 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the previous 5 years, or have 3 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the previous 7 years, or have 2 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the previous 7 years. And the correct answer here is A. A person needs to have 2 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate agent in the last 5 years. The third question is, Paul Allison is an ambitious real estate agent. In setting his career goals, he mentions that he wants to become a broker. What requirements must Paul meet in order to reach his career goals? A. Successfully complete the Real Estate Associates program. B. Successfully complete Real Estate Property Management program. C. Successfully complete the Real Estate Brokers program. Or D. Have 2 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the previous 5 years. E. Have 3 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the previous 5 years. And the correct answers are: A. The person has to successfully complete the Real Estate Associates program. C. They have to successfully complete the Real Estate Brokers program. As well, D. They have to have 2 years of experience in Alberta as a licensed real estate professional in the last 5 years. So the correct options are A, C, and D. So that's it for today. If you would like some additional help in preparing for your Alberta real estate exams, I invite you to visit www.albertarealestateschool.com, or you can give us a call at 587-936-7779. Good luck with the exam, and I'll see you next time.